Time for open mic radio. Take a load off and enjoy the show. This is open mic radio.
That's right. It's KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM. It is 4 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. All right. Time for Open Mic Radio. That's what we do here. Okay. Welcome to the show. We're going to get into it, well, in a moment here with our featured guest today, Hardy But Hardly. Let's do it, Nathan.
I'm watching these leaves blow down the road, and I know just where they ought to go. Some going east and some are headed north, and some are trying to make it home. Take it walking by that big river grand, and I know just where it all began. Some say it came from the clouds above, but can it be from God's great love? And if these clouds could fill these holes, maybe they could fill your very soul. Take it home, 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 take it. Watching the stars at night, seeing them take their ancestral flight, wondering if below we are found here on this dirty, dirty ground. And I know that moon gives light upon Earth's darkest night. Take it home, take it home, take it home, oh, home, take it home, take it home, take it.
Thank you.
Oh, yes. All right, welcome to the program. It's Open Mic Radio. It is Saturday, the 3rd of February, believe it or not. All right, it's great to be here with y'all. Lots of great music in store for the next couple hours, right? And some friends stopping by as usual. And I am so glad to be here this afternoon, all right? We do this most every Saturday afternoon. Kurt, right? Most of the time?
Most, not next Saturday, though.
No,
It's
that's
gonna
right.
be,
Next Saturday is the second Saturday
Big
of the
Cat
month.
Matt Deal in the Rockabilly Corner next
Rockabilly
Saturday.
Corner next Saturday, okay?
Everybody still got to tune into that.
That's right. We'll be back on the week after that, whatever that date is. And I had it's actually the 17th of February. I had a cancellation, so I'm looking for an artist to perform on the 17th of February. If anyone's kind of got the gumption, get a hold of me. All right. Okay. So. Yes, I'm glad you're with us, all right? We do this most every Saturday afternoon. It is live music and interviews with some of Missouri's finest musicians and bands. Today, absolutely the truth for that, and yeah, I'm excited about it, all right? My name is Mike Hagan. I'm joined, as usual, by my good friend, Kind Kurt.
Yeah, nice of me to be here.
I got
Pleasure's
Clark.
all yours, Mike.
What? Yeah? All right. We got Clark, Memphis Chris in the house. How y'all doing? All right.
You want to give a shout out to Mexico, Missouri, everybody tuning in, listening to us while they're getting ready to go to Ty Tombson's show at TJ's Roadhouse
tonight at
tonight in Mexico, Missouri.
Mexico, Missouri. How long?
8 o'clock.
How long does it take to get there from Columbia?
About a half an hour.
If you're
I don't know.
flying.
20 minutes. I bet I could make it in 15.
Yeah. All right. It's amazing you still have a driver's license. Anyway, about 45 minutes probably.
Who said anything about a driver's license?
Okay. All right. Anyway, yeah, Ty and the band, who actually were here last weekend and just blew the doors off. Had a great time last weekend with Ty Tombson and the Twang City Smokers. So if you happen to hear them last week on the show or not, check them out tonight, Mexico, Missouri, at TJ's Roadhouse, as Kurt has explained, is only about 15 minutes away.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. What we do, though, is awesome local and regional music, and the artists who perform it, create it. It's a wonderful weekend in mid-Missouri. Warmed up considerably from the last time I was talking to you a week ago. And lovely day. I hope you're enjoying it, enjoying some of the radio as well this afternoon. Okay, a lot to do in Columbia. First Friday last night, so I was sort of out for a little bit, visiting with some friends down at Booch's, and I didn't do much after that, though, but it was First Friday, and I know there's music and art and lots of things happening around town. So if you'd like to share something particularly cool, please feel free, because we all have the phone lines open at 573-443-8255, 573-443-7380. If you want to call and
Give us a call.
yeah, really become a part of the extravagant program here, okay? All right, tonight, this afternoon, the show, it's dark in the studio, so I said tonight. But anyway, either way, we've got a great friend, Nathan James, a.k.a. Hardy But Hardly.
Yes, sir.
He's going to play some songs for us right here in the studio, and we're also going to talk with Nathan a little bit, and we'll find out something about him and where he comes from and how he got along this particular path. But stick with us, okay? At some point, we will try to do a rundown of some things that are happening around town tonight, tomorrow, down the road, maybe.
Yeah, let's do
Big
that.
thing at Rose tonight. This thing at Rose tonight is kind of on my radar. That's there's like a
Soul
battle of the
Shine.
bands things.
Soulshine.
Soulshine, is that what they're calling it?
Well, Soulshine, yeah, what is it? Soulshine, Music and Arts Reverie.
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 That's
Yep,
a song.
Soulshine.
You know that word. I actually heard it in a Turnpike Troubadour song a month ago or something, and I was like, a song, and I thought, what is that word?
Reverie?
And, yeah, and now. I mean,
And now
I
it's
honestly,
coming up
I had to
everywhere.
kind of look it up, and now it's coming across me all the time. It's weird how that happens. I don't know.
Well, I want to thank the
What's
folks
that
in
about?
Reverie for listening in today as well.
Right?
I'm sure there's a Reverie somewhere.
I do too. All right. Okay. Anyway, but
But yeah, that's tonight with Elephant Foot, Blake Gardner and the Farmers,
Blake should be down
Sun
here
Bear
sometime this afternoon.
and
I
Black
think.
Bear Boxer. It's like a battle of the bands, I believe.
Battle of the Black Bear Boxer
Battle of the
bands.
bands.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Cool. All right. Phone lines once again: 443-8255, 443-7380. If you have something going on, or you just want to give us a call and say hi. All right. We are down here as usual at the lovely KOPN facilities, 401 Bernadette Drive. Awesome afternoon down here.
It's getting lovelier every time we show up, by the way.
Well, you know that's just the way
more
I
like
feel
home.
about you. Anytime I see you,
Well,
Kurt.
yeah.
You know,
course.
it's just a beautiful
That's
thing.
just kind of, that's what I exude.
Wow, that's like the best joke of the day. All right, last week we had
For
an
the
amazing
moment,
show with Ty Tombson and the Twine City Smokers. A bunch of friends stopped by to enjoy the music as well. So it is, you know, I always say it, but
Twing City was a smoking last week.
well, yeah.
It was awesome.
Anyway, we have
Well, I'm
such.
talking music-wise.
We've got such a great bunch of talent around here and right in our own backyard, and I'm always thrilled to be able to listen to it and to share it with other people. So anyway, if you missed it, get the podcast, right? It's fantastic. Okay. All right. A couple more things. We'll get to the music here, or back to it, I should say. Thanks to Peter Rabbit. Big thanks. Man, Peter Rabbit is just doing some great stuff from 2 to 4. He played the song right around 3:30 or so. The earth is spinning out of control. It's a super hip hop cool thing, but that was the hook, was the earth is spinning out of control. And anyway, I loved it. So anyway, Peter Rabbit rocking from 2 to 4. That's one mic, okay? Before that, Morgan and a Motherland Jam. If you like music, and if you would like to become familiar with music from all around the continent of Africa, check out the Motherland Jam from noon to 2 every Saturday afternoon with Morgan. Incredible stuff, like I said, from all around the continent of Africa. This afternoon just had a wonderful show, and I love it. So we do it from 4 to 6. 6 to 8, Rashumba, baby. Rashumba, man, at a reggae party. Put your dancing shoes on, roll
Give
yourself a
them
big
a
Bob
number.
Marley joint, and enjoy the great roots rock and reggae sounds of Rashumba right here from KOPN Studios. Incredible reggae music from the middle of Missouri. All right, so we do it all here, all right? It's your imagination station, KOPN around the clock, 89.5 FM. We are streaming at kopn.org. All right, Memphis Chris, Clark, love you guys. Thank you for being here, getting us set up. Okay, we are so happy to have Nathan James with us this afternoon, okay?
James.
Hardy but hardly. We'll find out a little bit about why he calls his project that. But anyway, we'll learn a bunch more about this wonderful musician. And first, we're going to see if I'll get another song from him.
course.
How about it? Let's do it. All right, it's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, and Nathan James with us this afternoon. We got a few guests that are going to be joining us as well, or other guests, I should say. But yeah, let's have another song.
All right. Walking on a dry riverbed, walking only in my head. I keep a walking for so long. I keep a walking myself back home. The spring rain come my way, only if you're gonna stay. For if the summer's going to be dry, I'll eat dust and I'll die. girl from the hill country. Oh, they told me her name was Rosemary. Oh, Rosemary, why did you look my way? You knew I could never stay. Seeing the trees all in a row, wondering why things have to be just so. Oh, how come when you try to do what's right, it brings you trouble all your life? Thank you.
Oh, songs like that, you gotta let it ring out a little bit. So,
Definitely.
all right, okay, well,
Pretty.
fantastic.
We got Justin Hickerson in the house.
Just
What?
walked in.
Looks like he
Oh
just
man,
walked in.
he's sneaky. Usually you hear him. All right. Regardless, it's Open Mic Radio, and we are here with Nathan James, aka Hardy but Hardly, and basically say hi. Thanks.
Hello, how is everyone?
Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you too. Thanks for having me today, Mike.
All right. Yeah, I appreciate you coming down this afternoon. And before we get too into it, I wanted to say how we actually came across one another, and it's a great story, and I'll let you add to it. But
By all means.
I usually go to Booch's on 9th Street before I come to the show here, and I'll have a beer, and I have a lot of friends that hang out there, and it's just sort of my place. But anyway, I was there as typically, you know, maybe a couple months ago, I guess it was
October,
now.
I think.
Okay, so yeah, back last year, and Nathan was busking on the corner of 9th and Cherry, and I just decided to walk down there and see what was happening. It was the first time I had seen him down there. It turns out he does it down there quite a bit, actually. In fact, last couple of days, you've been at it again. But
Weather's nice.
yeah, I mean, kind of, but geez, still pretty chilly. But anyway, I was blown away, and I was like, wow, this great. This is how awesome Columbia is. You know what I mean? So anyway, Nathan just there jamming some great music on the corner, and I introduced myself and said, hey, you should stop down at the radio station this afternoon. And again, this is back in October, and you know, I do that once in a while. I don't do it very often, where I actually sort of just on the fly invite somebody that I just met. You know. And if I do, they rarely show up. So anyway, Nathan came down here and
man likes to
played a
play.
song or two, and we chatted a little bit. And he's been down here three times since then, just as sort of part of the gang. But today we're actually going to spend a whole bunch of time with the man himself and listen to some of his music and find out about who he is and where he comes from. And so I'm thrilled about it, and yeah, so great. It's so cool how that kind of stuff happens.
It is. It really is. Good day.
Yes, for sure. All right, so Justin, hello.
Hello.
That's okay. There you go.
Ta-da.
Speaking to the mic.
Yeah, we can. Why don't we slide that one mic over to your friend Mike? Because I think we want to talk to Mike as well.
This is my friend Mike.
There's actually
Hello.
1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6 mics in the room right now. 4 of them are electronic, and the other 2 are biological
Flesh and
entities.
bones.
Well, that remains to be seen. That's questionable.
Anyway, all right. So Nathan,
Yes.
background. Where are you from? First of all,
Originally from Nebraska. I'd say that's where I call home because that's where most of the fans
all right.
live.
It's a big state.
Big state, huge.
What part of it?
Central, right in the middle. Grand Island
Omaha,
area.
Grand Island. I thought Grand Island was more like West Nebraska.
It's right about in the middle.
Okay.
Right about in the middle. Yeah.
All right. Omaha, I know is there. I had a friend that went to Creighton University in Omaha. So I spent a little bit of time there, and I actually had a lot of actually.
Omaha's a nice town. I like it.
But other than that, I don't know much about Nebraska. So you,
Boring.
Well, and you discovered that and left, right?
Kind of, sort of, yeah. My dad had a job that always moved us around, and so we ended up in Missouri.
I'm going to ask you to grab that microphone and pull it a little bit closer to your.
How about that? Is that better? Can you hear me a little better?
That's fantastic. Okay. All right. So when did that happen? When did you guys leave Nebraska?
It was about 2005. We headed down to Cape Girardeau. And
Missouri,
spent
okay.
2 years down there, and then since 2007, I've been here in Columbia.
Okay.
So.
All right. And you came here because
just really because of my dad's work. He was a retail management and always was. He did good at his stores. He turned them around. He flipped them.
So he was the guy they sent out to fix things.
Yeah, he was a fixer, and he doesn't do it anymore. It's been 10 plus years since he's done it, but he did the management at the Target here for that many years.
Wow.
So
okay. All right. Is he still around?
He is. He lives up in the country and is just starting his own little business again up in Salisbury. So shout out. He's doing a little furniture and mattress store up there.
Okay. So you're a guitarist and a songwriter, and was your father a musician, or do you get that from family, or did you just sort of decide to do it on your own?
Good question. So both my parents were just in band in high school, but that's about where it kind of took them.
Yeah, it sounds like your dad's a businessman for the most part.
Yeah, always a dad and always a businessman.
Well, yeah, when you're traveling like that, there's not a lot of time for much, and I just I'm familiar. So.
Yeah, it's his life, and 3 boys, so.
You have two brothers.
2 brothers.
Where do you fall in the hierarchy?
Youngest.
The
hierarchy. Yeah, the youngest of the hierarchy.
Okay.
Are they musically inclined as well?
Both of them, yes. In fact, I do once a standing gig with my eldest brother. I kind of got him back on
Cool.
the ropes. We do one up in La Plata because he lives out by Quincy, Illinois.
Yeah,
Close
my
to
son went to
Quincy.
school there for 2 years.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, so I just kind of have been dragging him out because that's how it initially started with me. We all took piano lessons as boys at the exact same time. And then I was like, well, we want to do a band thing. So one got on drums, one got on guitar, and then the other brother looked at me and he says, hey, you need to figure out how to play lead guitar. Here you go. So that was my introduction. That's kind of why I enjoy music as much as I do. I still play the piano. That's still the closest thing to my heart, and I do a lot of writing.
Wow, that's
on
great
the piano.
because so many people start on the piano but don't keep it up, and then they pick up other instruments, but that's that. So many things are so easily translated from the piano. It's such a great, like, as far as a writing instrument goes. I mean, probably the best one.
I would agree. I can hear myself better. I'm more comfortable on a guitar. I don't have to look at what my hands are doing, but I still love the piano.
Very cool. Yeah. All right, and your brother that you perform with in La Plata, he's a guitarist as well.
He's a guitarist. Yep, just like a rhythm guitarist.
So and what's sort of the style of the show if we were going to see you two play together?
If we're going to see us two, he's going to do a lot of covers, and he's going to play anywhere from like '90s Sublime, Johnny Cash. He's got a deeper voice than I do.
Yeah,
I have a fairly
you have a
deep
pretty deep voice.
So,
yeah,
he's even deeper, a couple notches down.
All right.
And but then I'll play some of my originals, and then a lot of the stuff you hear me play downtown busking, anywhere from '60s, '70s, and then a little bit of '90s and 2000s.
Okay, all right, all right. Busking,
Yes.
that's sort of a, it's a unique sort of way to introduce yourself to the public, and some musicians can do it, so others can't. It's just like very it's not, and it's a tough thing. You just go set yourself up on the corner of a couple of streets and start playing your music, because there's no filter and there's no screeners, and anybody can drive by and tell you that you suck. And
Yep.
and
It happens from time to time.
Yeah,
You definitely have to have like
you gotta have a little thick skin, right?
Like confidence and self-assurance is like kind of, you have to be willing to go up to people who are without prompt and sing for them, and then bare yourself to whatever their response is to that.
Right.
Is a noble thing to do.
I agree. Absolutely true. And of course, it's risk reward, right? Because that's also you'll have people come across you that are thrilled to see you and show you that their love and their appreciation, or somebody may show up and ask you to come on the radio, or you
That's
just
right.
never know what's going to
Yeah.
happen. And this is the thing about
Never
just
know who
doing
you
your
cross paths
thing.
Yeah.
You never know what might happen. And this is not just regarding music, careers or in like just life. I mean, get out there and be a part of the world and get yourself into it and keep your, with an open mind and an open heart and you never know what will happen, and it could be, really cool. I mean, yeah, it could also be real crappy sometimes, but that's the way the thing rolls. So
I'll say in regards to busking, people know when you're not authentic, and that's the main thing.
Really,
they know.
So,
They know.
so what would be like an inauthentic sort of? And I'm not trying to pick on anybody, but is it like people who are just sort of just playing crappy covers or ripping off or what?
What I mean by that is that just in general, like I notice every crowd reaction I get. If I'm not in it to win it, if I don't believe in the song, if I don't really like the song, it comes through. It always comes through, and everybody knows that. So you got to really be the most authentic you can be, no matter what art you do. And it changes so fast too, of course. And if you're trying to be trendy, it will come across.
Okay, yeah. And I get it. The trendy thing, I get, right?
I'm not interested in that.
That's right. I do what I like, what I'm good at, and if you like it, that's great. And if you don't, keep walking, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And if you want to be mean, okay, fine, right?
But you got to find your own voice and your own style, your own.
All right. Well, that's cool. So, when did you start busking?
Probably back in like 2013, 2014 was probably some of the first times I did some busking.
Around here in Columbia?
Around here in Columbia.
And you've been here since
2007
or so?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And generally speaking, you have a particular area where you like to busk?
Typically anywhere on 9th and Cherry, 9th and Broadway. There's another couple others that do it there, so anytime I see, I give respect.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, Clark and I were talking about a friend of his who performs on 9th and Broadway. They used to call him, there was a brother team, I think. Clark, grab that mic real quick, because I do want to get that guy here on the show.
I believe his name is Lionel.
Lionel, yes, sir.
And
Lionel.
he's maybe down there now.
He is right there right now, yeah.
And earlier today, actually, I went down there and danced a little bit.
You're no dancer.
That could have been deemed interesting. I had a lot of fun. I recommend it, actually. Enjoy yourself.
Dancing or dancing with Lionel? Or to
Well,
Lionel's
just
music,
dancing
let me
in general
rephrase. It is
generally recommended.
Absolutely. Yes. All right. So cool. So there's sort of a community of buskers that hang around and know each other, I guess. So.
There is. In fact, just last week I met actually with the district just about what we can do to encourage more buskers.
I appreciate the fact that you're actually taking the forward move there and saying, "Hey, we do this stuff, and what can you do?" Because some, and I'm trying not to be too negative here, but always being proactive is good, because before somebody else tries to take it away from you and say, "Well, I don't want to hear this," right? Because someone will do it. Trust me. And depending on whose ear they have, it can make things difficult. And we do not want that to happen around Columbia. So absolutely, I'm a fully endorsed, engaged member of anyone that's doing things to move live music, whether it be outside on the street corners or in the radio station or at the bars and wherever. Yeah. Okay. So what? How did that go?
So I actually had made a connection. I was trying to get something to go on for New Year's Eve this past year. I ran out of time, had a couple personal things come up.
Okay.
But I just wanted to see if they had anything planned for the next coming year, and we just had a sit-down meeting. And a lot of times there's just individuals just like myself, just like Justin, just like all of these fine people in here that always ask the question, though, well, do I need a license to do that? How did you get to Indian? How do you get involved in that? And a lot of professional musicians that play around town respect me for what I do, but they just are like, well, how do I even get started? And that's kind of what I was hoping to maybe help and assist with, is just, what do you need? What's good guidelines, things like that. And that's kind of what I was trying to just approach them and just see what kind of support they could give at the same time. And they were very supportive, but at the same time, I don't also want to make too many like a group or a community to where it's close knit. I want anybody that just feels like it to be able to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want rules.
Blood in and blood out, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it should just be sort of just standard operating procedure. You're just respectful and responsible. play wherever you now. There's some private property issues that I can see people bringing up, saying, well, okay, I don't want you playing in front of my place.
That can happen. That can be a thing.
And I can see that, but there are plenty of places that are that are not disruptive like that, right? And I understand if you have a particular thing going, whatever your business might be, and you may not want that right in front of your door. I get that. And I think the artists get that too. I mean, these are not the places where you're going to set up.
Yep.
We're going to do it at a place where it's cool for everybody.
Absolutely.
And it really does. It's just a great addition to the atmosphere when you're walking around downtown or wherever else. I wish there were enough musicians and street corners where it could happen all around.
Absolutely.
Not just right in a small 10-block, sort of square or whatever. But anyway, it's great, and I appreciate you taking the initiative there. And you said you had reasonable response.
Yeah, no, I mean, so essentially what we'd like to do
is there any rule right now? I mean,
busking right now, it's pretty much fair game. Just make sure you're not a disturbance.
Right.
I mean, respect people. Don't be yelling. Don't be screaming. And what I would say is this: is if you have a couple songs you want to sing, do them right. Make sure you practice firsthand, and then you'll get a good response from individuals, and you won't get asked to leave. If you're in front of somebody's business that they don't want you. Most businesses that I've ever been in front of, they're more than happy to have. Somebody play.
I mean, for me, I would think it'd be something that would draw foot traffic, or whatever, and I get it. It's it's an individual personal thing, and but I do think it's important that it remains an opportunity for the artist to do.
Yeah, it's an art, and it's an old way of doing it.
I wish people were painting on the corners. Set up your easel and paint, or art isn't. Art's not just painting. Some people think this is art. Is this painting or visual art? It's a frame around something. No, art is music. It's literature. It's visual art. Painting now it's digital art. It's and as a craftsman, personally, art is everything. Somebody who makes can do some nice woodwork or build an effective truck engine. They might be considered an artist as well. So anyway, art is everywhere.
Along those lines, if I could do a quick shout out, that was one of the things I did bring up to the district, in that there's artists that would want to know what they can do to be a busker, whether they have somebody sit down and draw their portrait, something of that nature. And the answer I got from the district, just so everybody knows, is if you are legitimately selling a product, you need to go to the City of Columbia and get, I believe they call it some kind of like a street merchant's license or something of that nature.
So if you're actually literally, this isn't donations, right?
This isn't tips.
Because you can open up your guitar case,
a caricature of somebody,
but if you've got a price tag and it says it's going to cost you $50, okay.
Or even if you're trying to sell CDs as an individual, or something, T-shirts, something of that nature.
Anything where you're actually
products,
trying to sell
products. Tips, they don't care so much about.
Okay,
but products, make sure you just kind of, and then you can go out and do it. I would love to see artists do that more.
Do you have any idea if it's prohibitive economically to get that license to sell things? Is it do they nail you for it, or is it cheap?
I don't think I think it's under $50.
So it's reasonable.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
Okay.
Yeah,
then
they're supportive.
Okay, that's good. That's fantastic.
Yeah. So just a little shout out there. I would like to see more artists like you were talking about.
Yeah.
We need to see more in the downtown.
Nathan and I were talking before the show just about the general vibe and the energy of a scene or of a town or whatever, and I always say it. I'm a broken record. I'm always saying how amazing it is around here, and how thrilled I am, and how lucky we are as a community to have the remarkable artists that we have in our community, and I mean that the way we're talking about it, not just music. We have amazing artists around Columbia. It's a wonderful little mecca here in the middle of Missouri, and we really should do what we can to help nurture that, because I'm like I said, I'm just blown away all the time, and if the city and those folks will support it, all the better. You know?
Absolutely.
So-
yeah, hands down.
But get out there and do your thing, people. Get out there and do it.
Do it.
We got it. We got it here. And there's such a great welcoming community of other people that are doing what you're doing, or doing something similar, or want to collaborate with you, and you don't know it yet. But you just got to get out there and engage it, because they're there. We're here. We're all looking for more friends and more partners and more networking and all that stuff. Assuming that we sort of have at least similar goals, and that we just want good things for our community, and for the artists that work here, and the wonderful art that they make, and and for us to be able to witness it and appreciate it and listen to it and see it and all that stuff. I'm privileged to do this friggin' show, because I get to listen to all this. I get private concerts every Saturday afternoon from people that are remarkably talented, and all I did was say, "Hey, you guys want to come play on the radio?" It's as easy as that. Whatever it is that you're doing, just try. And I know it's hard sometimes to get over everything's scary. To jump in and try to do something that you've never done before, but.
Well, this conversation's inspired me to, after the show, I'm probably going to go take a Marshall stack and set up in front of Top 10 Wines.
Well, I'll tell you something. The highlight of my week was Wednesday night, where Kurt came to my house, and I got to play music with Kurt for about an hour and a half or so. And he's a great songwriter, and he's
you're very kind.
Well, anyway, I had a great time, and it was awesome, and I love doing it. So, anyway,
and just imagine how much more fun it's going to be when we have that Marshall stack.
Right? All right. So let's get Nathan to play another song for us. All right. And you have a friend here, though. His name is Mike.
Let's introduce.
Yeah,
this gentleman's name is Mike.
Introduce Mike. Yeah. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Okay, so Nathan told me earlier, he's like, I have a good friend I want to bring with me, and I said, great. So what's quickly a little bit about your background and connection? How'd you guys meet? That's a good way to start.
Can I say that first, Mike?
Yeah, you.
You guys do it. Yeah.
So just a little clarification. I had a pretty interesting past. I was kind of born into an environment that was very, very religious, and how I actually met Mike was in a door-to-door ministry.
You and Hickerson should go bowling.
I know, a door-to-door ministry work. So I'm not going to say anything more than that.
Okay.
But I met Mike that way, and we've been friends ever since.
Wow.
I no longer am in that capacity as that door-to-door ministry salesman.
You were the minister. You were door-to-door.
Yeah, and so, but after the fact, Mike and I have been hanging out. So go ahead, Mike. Now your side.
Been about 8 years, something like that.
It's been a while.
He came to my door a bunch of times. I was doing a lot of DIY work, and I kind of just pushed him off. And I figured a guy who come that many times had something to say, and
Persistence pays off.
persistence did. And I found out that he's a farmer, he's a rancher, he's a musician, a photographer, and I love his music. I mean, nowadays people don't put stories in music anymore, and they get a hook and they repeat it a bunch of times, and that's about it. But it's phenomenal on the guitar. I've loved music all my life, but I play Denon, Yamaha, and
Are you
Kenwood? No, Kenwood.
Oh.
Audio Technica.
Yes. Okay.
Although he is,
I should have known. My father was an audiophile as well, like that, and I've got a few nice pieces there. But yes.
I can't believe how many records I've got that have KOPN on them. I buy music.
What's your turntable? I've got a Denon turntable that I'm running.
Oh,
right
I
now.
like Denon, but I got an Audio Technica.
Okay. All right.
It's
He's
direct
got
drive, of
quite
course.
the collection of records.
I imagine.
Oh yeah, I love music, but he's been a real good friend, and fantastic musician and good all around guy.
All right. I think that's a good synopsis of who we've got in the studio this afternoon. It's Nathan James, aka Hardy but Hardly. People are going to say, and when you were first here a few months ago, I'm sure I asked why Hardy but Hardly. But let's let people know again where that name comes from, because it's actually very thoughtful, and tell people where that comes from.
Yeah, I was actually just looking at Justin's name too. He goes by the Soul Mama, and you know,
Soul
and
Mama.
I kind of like that because you think about it. You know, sometimes you'll have people play with you too. So you know, I
Right.
didn't want to always be just like this one guy.
Right.
But Hardy but Harley. What it means is, you know, we all have this hard exterior surface that we put on for everybody most of the time, especially people that we're not comfortable with. But deep down, we're all hardly making it. That's kind of where Hardy but Harley.
Hardy but hardly.
So
Yep. Yep. I think that's a great that's a great definition of the world as it is today. Yeah, hardy but hardly. I mean, we're hanging on, and it's a rough thing. So,
is.
and the arts and music. You know, I had a great friend years ago who said that the solution to much of the trouble was art, and that just put the art pedal to the metal, baby, and that's what I think we're trying to do here in Columbia. Or at least a lot of people are. So I appreciate everyone that is doing that. And let's get some more music now from Nathan James, Hardy but Hardly. All right.
Yeah, we'll do a song. This one's called Sawmill. I'm not against any business, but this was just something that I kind of wrote this last year because of labor laws changing. It's kind of an interesting little story.
All right, it's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM. We're streaming on the web, kopn.org. It's Hardy but Hardly, Nathan James.
I graduated high school to work in the timber. I promise that you'll never hear me cry or whimper. For life in the middle ends where it begins. You're lucky if you come away with all your skin. And the blade doesn't discriminate which fingers it will take. And if you have hate in your heart for the life that's been chosen from the start, hate the men who prospered and they gained from the blood that pours from your veins. I knew a kid 10 years ago who's now 6 feet below, only a few months in the job when his wife and kids began to sob. It was cold and windy outside when the company decided to hide it, and they told this poor family while they acted so casually. Company protocols weren't followed overall, so they washed their hands of all of this and put the blame on poor Chris. And the blade doesn't discriminate which fingers it will take. And if you have hate in your heart for the life that's been chosen from the start, hate the men who prospered and they gained from the blood that pours from your veins. Labor laws have opened doors that should have stayed closed. The big time men in fancy clothes are always unopposed. They ignore the dangers to new things that fill their pockets, and they could care less what happens to men as long as there's a profit. And the blade doesn't discriminate which fingers it
Getting deep and dark this afternoon. It's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia. Nathan James with us. Yeah, wow. Okay, I should ask where that came from.
Two things. I was at a high school graduation way back when, and it was in a certain locale here in Missouri where everybody was either going to go work on the boat or work at the sawmill. And a lot of the older men in that generation come out with fewer fingers than they'd probably like.
Oh, man.
And then in the last year, labor laws have changed, and 16-year-olds are now working at these places. And unfortunately, some are dying. So there's just kind of all these range of emotions and things that I thought about and how I could put that into a song. And it comes from the perspective of like a veteran from the sawmill industry. You know what I mean? Somebody that's kind of seen it all. And he's just kind of telling you the story of what he's seen.
Right.
So that's kind of where that song comes
Did you ever feel that you were going to get into that? Like that was your fate?
Probably different things in my life made me feel like that, and it was probably easier to write that way. But no, I've never been in the sawmill industry. I have done a little bit of construction. Both of my brothers are great craftsmen. It just did not stick with me.
All right. Well, I'm glad. All right, I'm glad you're making music. So,
Yeah.
All right. Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia. We have a guest in the studio. Just showed up, Sun Bear.
Yes, sir.
DJ Sun Bear.
Yes, sir. I
Right?
am a DJ indeed. As bad of a rap as it gets.
Hey, all right. So, honestly, I know very little about this young man, but I know that there's a thing going on at Rose Music Hall this evening, and my buddy Blake Gardner, who's may stop down this afternoon, and said, "Hey, talk to DJ Sun Bear because he's going to be playing down there as well." Anyway, there's a thing going on at Rose tonight, and it's essentially a
It's like a contest.
Yeah. I don't want to say it's a battle of the bands. I don't like the phrase, but anyway, it's a contest, and the winner of the contest will get to perform at summer camp.
Yep.
Right, which is a really cool festival.
It's super great opportunity.
Starts
And
at
that's
8
the
tonight,
Illinois
Rose.
Festival, is that right?
Yeah, Southern Illinois. I think it's Chitlin. I'm not entirely sure.
All right, but yeah, it's like Central Southern Illinois or whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so you're performing tonight as well down at
Yep,
Rose.
yep. I'll be going from 11 o'clock to 11:40, so last slot. It's a bass music set, so it's a little bit hardcore, but not in the sense that like
As in
the best people that I could compare it to, like Ellis Dream, Grizz style, like very like wonky but high vibrational type of music.
dubstep though, or
It's a mix. So my whole thing that I'm trying to do, and with like the music that I produce and stuff, is I'm trying to blend styles of house music with this heavier bass culture. Because a lot of times in the EDM industry, like you have like house heads who love like artists like Matroda and like older school people who like Calvin Harris and stuff, and then there's like a whole other group of people, sometimes they're referred to as wooks, sometimes they're referred to as bass heads, but they're super into like the heavier bass music side.
Right.
And so my goal is like to bridge the gap
Kinda blend
between
that a little
those.
bit. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
'cause
like
it's-
it.
Yeah. So a lot of I have a EP that I'm working on right now called Apollo that I actually haven't released any of the songs from it, and I'm coming up with a whole promotional campaign for it right now, but
Well, I'm glad that we met, because when you're ready to release it, you bring it down here and
Sweet,
and we'll
sweet.
play it and you can perform it, whatever.
Oh yeah, I
You
got
know?
so many unreleased tunes in the works. I'm going to be dropping quite a few in this set, and yeah, it's going to be a great time. I'm excited.
Where are you from originally?
I'm from St. Louis, Missouri.
All right.
So relatively local. I'm a student here at Mizzou right now,
Okay,
so I'm
all right.
in my senior year.
What are you studying?
I'm studying computer science and mathematics, so
Well, hey,
kind of
I'm-
random.
No,
but
I gotta. I don't have computer science, but I do have mathematics. degree.
yeah.
So I'm with you on the math stuff. So that's cool.
It's a lot of fun,
And math and music are really cool together. Actually,
Yeah.
if you know, you know.
Exactly. Like, yeah, the whole. I mean, math.
Of course, Justin Hickerson, our drummer here, he knows. Yeah. So-
Numbers and music. That's a thing. I mean, like I was learned as a drummer, so
Is it learned or learned?
I was learned.
I was seasoned. I was chiseled off of the drummer block. So, but I mean, and not all drummers are like a lot of people just are like self-taught and learn. But I can't. The only way I understand music like at its like core.
Is the technical part. Yeah.
It-
To actually get it
is
ones
the-
and twos.
Is the numbers. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's binary. It's like computer code, actually.
Like I
yeah.
hear
Very
music
mathematical.
and I
Yeah.
think about what that looks like on a staff. Like I hear
Yeah.
something and I can see the shape of that rhythm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
of the fundamental concepts in like mixing songs with DJing is like normally like you listen to songs and you look at the keys and it's like A, B, C in the harmonic system, but for DJs, a lot of times they'll look at songs in the Camelot system, so it'll be like numbered, and it's a really
You're looking to match that rhythm and stuff.
exactly matching
Right.
tempos and matching the keys, and then the
yeah.
Camelot system allows you to use the circle of fifths without even thinking about the circle of fifths. So like songs that
People
are
are like,
close
the
to
circle
each
of what?
Yeah. Are you talking about the spinning dots and their
Yeah,
their
so-
relation to
Exactly.
I got a DJ turntable over
Sweet,
over the pan
yeah. It's
And
fun.
Once I
love it. I love it.
realized what was going on, I was like, "Oh my god!
Right?
This is a visual guide for relative pitch, and you
Yeah.
can have
Yeah.
an endless amount of fun." It was like and it's never been the same ever since.
That
Put
is
some
it's
funk
sweet.
I
record.
love it. How about it? All right, Open Mic Radio. We got DJ talk this afternoon, and we
Yeah.
actually, and people actually know what they're talking about. Actually, so, anyway, all right. So Ryan, when did you start spinning and scratching and doing all your DJ stuff?
So I initially started producing music during the lockdown, during COVID-19.
That was a good time.
I
to do it.
but I made like really shitty beats. Like we're talking like bottom tier stuff. But I thought it was good at the time. I made this really crappy mix for my girlfriend at the time, for her like birthday or whatever. And then I ended up really liking it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep going with this.
Well, the question is,
Is she still your girlfriend?
no, she's
So now she hated
that,
it.
about a year and a half later.
got a lot better
Yeah, not dropping any names. But yeah, so that's kind of how I got into like producing, and then I had a tryout gig at Harpo's a year or so later. I submitted in a mix, and then I went B2B with one of the main DJs there, Andrew Kim. Saint,
Yeah,
shout out to
yeah,
him.
yeah,
And then
no.
he introduced me to a lot of the other people in the industry. Nick Meyer, Awkward. Shout out to Nick Meyer as well.
Dr. Awkward.
Dr. Awkward.
You know,
Yeah,
his
he's-
dad is Paul Meyer, who's a bass player for Stoplight Flyers.
I had no clue.
And,
That's awesome.
In fact, they're playing tonight at Berlin, or no, he's playing with Dylan.
That is
Dr.
tonight.
Awkward's father is
they
playing
at-
bass tonight with Dylan McCord.
Are they at
somewhere?
Dive Bar or
maybe they're at
Cafe
Dive Bar.
Berlin?
Maybe,
No, that's at Cafe Berlin with
Cafe Berlin.
Flyover Country
Yeah,
and then Dylan
yeah.
McCord and Paul
Yeah,
Meyer.
so yeah, I know, I know,
Yeah.
I know Dr. Awkward, man. And if you haven't figured it out, it's a palindrome. So if you spell out Dr. Awkward, it
Backwards,
spells the same
yeah.
way backwards and forwards. So that was kind of cool. So
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
He was a
that's
huge
good-
mentor to me, and
He's been around for a long time. He's been doing
Yeah.
it for 15, 20 years for sure.
yeah.
That's
So
a-
I've
that's
just
a
been,
good one.
yeah,
Dr. Awkward.
yeah.
Right?
It's really good.
But yeah, I've just been spinning at Harpo's since then through this whole time. And
So you got like a
then
house
been
gig there or whatever?
Yeah, so I got DJ residency out there. So I DJ upstairs and down in the nightclub and stuff, and mix a whole bunch of stuff. A lot of more remixes, and a lot of times, like one of the things when you hold a DJ residency, like your main gig is to bring in the bar money and keep people there to buy drinks and that type of stuff. So I can't necessarily play everything that I want to
No,
play.
no, you got to.
But Harpo's has
roll
been
the place, sort of. Yeah.
They've been super great though, because they've allowed me the freedom to play stuff when I want to, when it's the right crowd, when it's the right moments, and they let me have more creative freedom with it. When I'm also, keeping it on lockdown when they need me to keep it on lockdown with
Right,
stuff that's
right,
familiar.
right.
But this set tonight is exactly the type of like the opposite of that. Like this is all
You're
less
you're
familiarity.
opening it up.
Exactly. It's going to be some like freeform bass type stuff, lots of experimental bass, lots of wonky stuff, lots of underground stuff from other artists who have like less than like 40K monthly listeners and stuff. So it'll be
Well,
a
that's
fun
our
gig.
that's our jam, dude. We like
Yeah.
we like the up and coming cool stuff,
Exactly.
so that people are just kind of getting familiar with. So
yeah,
that's
home
awesome.
of the underground.
I don't think I even have 40 monthly listeners.
Nick
Hey,
Danger
better than me.
in the house.
Danger.
I'm unreleased right now, so
Yeah. All right. Well,
Deep,
I love
deep
it. And keep doing it, Ryan. Congratulations, and have a great time tonight. And
thank you.
Best of luck at the show.
Thank you very much.
And stay in touch. And when you're ready to release that EP, we'll get you back on the show here. And
Awesome.
And we'll get together. All right.
Yeah, thank you, Mike.
Right on.
It's been awesome.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Hey, let's say hi to Nick Danger real quick here.
Nick Danger.
Danger in the house. So I got this thing that I was gonna play, but maybe I'll play it, or maybe I'll let you do it live, Danger.
Oh yeah, I gotta see what it is.
Well, the one you sent me, I was gonna play that promo, but since you're here,
I'm gonna get my phone. I'll be right. I was right there.
yeah, no worries.
Josh is here. J Artist.
Yeah, JRT's in the house as well. All right, Jay. Hey, it's Mike Hagan. Pleasure to meet you, brother. All right, you're Chicago, brother. Right? I grew up that way. Grab that mic. Yeah. Please make yourself comfortable.
Get on the mic. Get on the mic.
Get on the mic. All right, Nick Danger, JRT is in the house. New Soul Session is actually coming up very soon, I think, in the next few weeks. So, okay, we got a few things to talk about. So, first of all, Nick, you sent me a little promo yesterday about something you've got going on. So, why don't we just tell people what that's about?
Yeah, March 8th, I'm going to be giving a speech at the Capitol, and I am going to be talking about Brandon, Missouri as the Midwest music mecca, and also a recap of Hip Hop Unity Day 2023 and Hip Hop
Which
Unity
was
Day.
awesome, by the way.
Oh, it was amazing. We had DJ Charlie Chan Soprano, which is Run DMC's new DJ. Rest in peace to Jam Master Jay after he died.
Yeah.
We had a lot of great local acts, and we had Mahogany and the Fire Spinners, Ultraviolets, and Ray's Hooray Nicole, Hula Hooper. And we had all kinds of stuff, man. It was just super dope. A lot of local MCs, and we had Graham and
a bunch of support, a bunch of community people hanging out. It was awesome.
raw. B-Boys from St. Louis came down. So this year, we plan on doing it real big with the support of the community. Like I always say, it's no I, me, it's only we, us.
You damn right, man.
And so we all have a piece of the puzzle, and not one piece is more important than the next. So we can't, even if you have, I have this huge piece, that means nothing without these little pieces. So we all got to play our part. And March 8th from 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. on the South Lawn steps of the Capitol, we are going to be giving a speech, and we have some other leaders in the community giving their perspective on the arts in Missouri and Hip Hop Unity Day. And I just see Missouri growing to be the new leading force in music, and then just like a new renaissance when it comes to the arts.
We talk about it all the time on this program that we've got so much talent, so much diversity, so many great personalities and good-hearted people that are doing this thing around here, and we are ready to bust it open. I can feel it. So anyway, total props to you.
Appreciate it.
And I love what you're doing. Shows that are coming up.
So, we're working on the road to Hip Hop Unity Day. So, there's going to be a lot of shows popping up in the next few weeks. I know me and Clark talked about an event that possibly put together.
It'll be good. You'll like it.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be live. It's going to be lit.
You don't have to.
We were doing drum circles. I was facilitating drum circles with Clark.
Dude, my brother Clark can play.
Oh, yeah. We were getting busy.
Oh yeah.
You can look on my Instagram and see some of the recaps. Clark, I mean, he's a whole event in himself. I mean, if you see Clark drum, if you haven't seen Clark drum, you didn't see Clark on any kind of drums, and bass too. Bass.
He plays a little guitar.
Play guitar. Yeah. He get busy. We back in high school, we sat in on a few things with my band, Disruptive Perceptions, and I'm sure we had all kinds of different types of ciphers. And like I said, music lives. So way after we're going, our energy, I'm sure, will. Share through the next generations and through the energy we leave.
I hope so. That's a great idea, and I hope that happens. Let's talk to JRTs for a second, right? So, musician, artist, spoken word, poet. Chicago, I think, originally, correct?
Yes.
But done lots and lots of things over the last few years. I know you're involved. In fact, the driver behind the Soul Sessions project that happens here in Columbia I think it's last Saturday every month.
Yeah, we try our best to do the end of the
plus
month.
or minus,
yeah.
right?
Sometimes Friday night, sometimes it's Saturday night. But
Yeah.
I'll jump right into it. Funny enough, I was in Columbia for 6 years. From Chicago, actually just moved back to Chicago. So we got some expansion.
That's my hometown.
Oh yeah, I'll say it all day.
Yeah, shout
That's
out.
right. So Chicago, we're expanding a bit. I'm setting some roots there again for monthly events, and then me and a colleague of mine, Justin Famous, we do a YouTube series. We call it a vodcast. That's called Music for Thought, the number 4, Music for Thought. So anybody and everyone can check that out.
I love it.
On YouTube. Really, I call it like a Tiny Desk meets podcast. Essentially, we have original artists all over Chicago, and then some of our own work. We'll perform it live with the band, record it, and then we'll sit down and have a
But also a little
conversation about the
too.
topic.
Yeah,
That's a great thing.
Yeah,
And then,
I love it.
And the next,
That's sort of what I try to do here. Actually, it's like just bring in the people and let them play a little bit and let them talk a little bit and let's see what's going on.
That's
So,
right.
Bring in the
Yeah.
love.
Bring it.
Mike. Bring in
Well,
the love.
how'd the two of you connect?
Go
How
ahead.
did we connect? We met a long time ago.
Years ago.
Yeah, years. What, 5 years?
Yeah, it's been about 5. I might have been 6.
May have been 6.
I
As
met
you
him
get
soon as I
older,
got here.
the years go by like days, and days go by like seconds, and so on and so forth. But we connected, and our love for the arts is really what really got it. Where we were just constantly working together in different facets, whether it be live music or recordings. We have a song called "We Go Live."
Yeah.
It's got a lot of like boom bap and like a feel of like the
Nick
talk
Danger,
box.
JRT's
Yeah. I got to sing you the
collaboration?
song. I have to
Yeah.
sing you the song. I don't know if I sent it to you
Yeah,
yet.
no, I got to check it out.
It's
Unreleased.
unreleased. So
All
we definitely
right.
gonna shoot a video. and
Dude, we should make it special and come here and we'll do it on the air.
Oh yeah.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with it. I'm with it. It's like if we took Zapp and Roger, like Nipsey, and just smashed them, had this an accident, and they all not accident, had a collision.
Right.
And then fusion. There you go.
I love it.
And boom, I mean, like I said, Midwest to the world.
To the world.
It's the Midwest has so much to offer. I mean, out of the Midwest, you have Prince, you have Michael Jackson, you have Tech Nine, Eminem, you have Sarah Evans, you have there's so many people. It's
Dude, this guy from Omaha, my man Connor Oberst, that dude from Bright Eyes. Holy smokes, best writer I've come across in years. But
Wow.
I mean Wilco and
That's right.
You're absolutely. We got it here. No Coast is happening, baby.
That's right.
Yeah, but going back to it, we really it's just like-minded people. We both have a heart for the community. We have a heart for using art and music as a tool to pretty much shape the minds of our individuals in the community, and then also help us get activated to start organizing our communities to put more into those communities, especially
Yeah.
for the arts. So
All
we
right.
done shows. He's brought me along for some of the tours, big names. He brought me on for the Tech Nine show, Nelly show.
Yeah, you opened
we-
for Nelly in St. Louis
uh,
just a little bit ago. Tech Nine always rocking it from Kansas City. Yeah.
Always, yep. So
Yeah.
we're just
Yeah.
keeping it going. Keep
Working
it
on
going.
bringing it all to the middle, man. That's my goal. Bring it to the middle.
All right. Well, you guys are doing it, and I'm thrilled that you're doing it. And thanks for stopping down this afternoon.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Quickly, once again, Nick, what's happening?
March 8th, I'm speaking at the Capitol in Jefferson City, Missouri, from 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. It's going to be some other really good speakers and great speakers there, leaders in the community, just to give their perspective on the arts and what they would like to see, and their contribution, and how you can contribute as well as a citizen in the community of Central Missouri, and how we're going to scale this thing so the world knows it's Midwest of the world. And that this is the new
To the world.
Midwest music mecca, man. It's here. It's the time is now. Everything has an art to it, and I'm here to bring that flavor back, to let everybody know. Let's bring the art form back to what it is.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
That's
Nick
right.
Danger.
Nick Danger.
Oh, yeah.
And JR. That's
Yeah.
And real quick, don't forget Soul Sessions is Saturday, February 17th, 7 p.m. at Orr Street Art Studio. We'll see you there.
Very cool. All right. Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
All right. We'll talk to you soon. All right. Nick Danger. Right on. JRTs. Appreciate it. All right. It's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM. We're streaming on the web at kopn.org. We're going to get... maybe Justin Hickerson, right? Okay, hold on. Quickly, though, let me say that KOPN is underwritten in part by We Always Swing, the jazz series, right? Incredible jazz series. Presents Maria Schneider, the Maria Schneider Orchestra, February 25th at the Missouri Theater. Tickets and more information can be found by calling 573-449-3009 or visiting wealwaysswing.org. Okay, once again, the jazz series with Maria Schneider. That's the 25th.
It's Maria Shiva.
It's not Shiver, it's Schneider. Yeah, man. Okay. Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia. And, yeah, awesome to have a visit from Nick and from JRTs. Great to see you guys. Cheers, Nick. And we're going to get a song here or two maybe from Justin Hickerson.
Sure.
Right? Right.
Yeah, I'm going to stand and play if that's okay.
Stand and play. All right.
I'll pull the chairs out. So
I just had a flashback of Andy Ream when he used to play drums standing up, and everyone was always like, man, that dude is not sitting down while he's playing those drums. Like, no, for hours. Like, yeah.
Well, oh my, we're all tangled up here. There you go. Yeah,
tangled up in the glue.
I see.
Come on, huh? How'd you like it? Come on, I got the Dylan thing. I was able to put the Dylan thing in there.
So I was very recently, night before last.
Yeah,
I spent a couple days this week doing some work out in St. Louis at Kelly Everett and Ryan Koenig's house.
Great
in
friends of ours,
their yard.
The Goldenrods, by the way.
The Goldenrods, correct.
And of course, Kelly from the Hoot and Hollers, but yes.
And we went to a songwriter night that Ryan was performing at and a couple other
He's amazing.
Local people at the Focal Point, which I had never been to. And the Focal Point was really cool. But there was one songwriter who wasn't my favorite. I can't ever say that anybody was bad. That's a bad attitude to have. Right. If you have a song and you're happy enough with it to play, but he did a tribute song to who he wouldn't say who it was about, but it was about the one who paved the way for all of us. And so I kept looking over at Kelly, and I was like, what do you think? I was like, I'm betting it's about Elvis. This is going to be a love ballad to Elvis. And
it was.
No, in the third verse of the song, he says, we owe it all to the man who was blowing in the wind. I was like, oh. And Kelly was looking over at me, and I was like, my mouth was open, smiling. I was like, oh my God, this is about Bob Dylan. I wanted to go up to him and be like, listen, man, you should never, ever play that song again.
It's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia.
You want me to play one here?
Justin Hickerson.
Okay.
I want you to play two.
Play on.
Okay.
We'll be back in a minute, and here's Justin Hickerson.
You sit at home, get drunk alone. You sit at home, pass out alone. A sharp-tongued devil drawn up in drunkard's clothes. I lock shut every door as I watch them close. Lord knows. Now from my clear field of sight, well, I still just can't believe my eyes. It felt like a ghost town, and I know why. I'd grown so sick and tired inside. I'd grown so sick and tired of my old life.
skin and bone and tattered clothes. When we turned about the water, all our fingers froze. They all took off which way the wind blows, but I lay back to feel it on my toes. Lord knows. And you might say I was a little bit underprepared to do that which I thought I never dared. But I swear I'm not scared, not scared, not scared, not scared, not scared. I'm not scared, not scared, not scared, not scared, not scared.
Whoa, thank you, Mike. Yeah. This mic is really hot. Thank you. That's an old song. Could I get this mic turned down?
Maybe on your own thing there, but like over the air, you're good. But
okay,
maybe it's just
cool.
in your ear.
I had to jimmy away to reposition it mid-song somehow, and it made me nervous. This is a song called Sandusky. It was written by my good friend Henry Daggs.
Who's Henry Daggs?
Henry Daggs is a Murfreesboro, Tennessee fella.
Yeah.
And when I lived there, he was. At one point, we were roommates and fellow beer drinkers and songwriters and bike punks. We were birds of a feather. He had a better mustache than me, though. So
let's hear what
but he wrote a song that's going to be like a forever earworm, and there's like parts of this song.
Good name for a band, Earworm.
I've feel like I've ripped this song off in a number of ways in a lot of songs that I've done.
Well, if you admit it, that it's not a rip-off. It's just a nod to the guy who wrote it or the girl who wrote it, and I think it's cool. So,
let's see.
Inspirato, yes, inspirational. All right, once again, it's Open Mic Radio, and this is Justin Hickerson, KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM.
I said some things I didn't mean. One of them was goodbye. I said goodbye for the last time. I said goodbye. Got lost in Sandusky. Took state route number 4, 'cause they were right by my door. Right by my door. Now I may never get home. home again. May never get home again. I may never get home again. A policeman stopped me, had my headlights turned off. He said, get off of my road. I had to find another way home. Now I may never get home again. May never get home again. Now I may never get home again. Now I may never get home again. May never get home again. Now I may never get home again. I said some things I didn't mean. One of them was goodbye. I said goodbye for the last time. I said goodbye.
Shout out to Henry Daggs.
Damn, I like it. Wow, is that guy still writing, still performing, just still making? Are you guys still in touch, or?
We were in loose touch.
Okay, yeah.
I was really good friends with him and his now wife, Rachel. Rachel, before her and Henry were together, was actually a partner to my buddy Matt, who was also my roommate and was in Zombie Bazooka Patrol.
What a twisted web.
Was in the Zombie
Bazooka Patrol. Oh my! I was telling Nathan about Zombie Bazooka Patrol earlier. So, hey, let's get. Is Blake here? Is Blake Gardner here?
Yo, Blake.
I think Blake's here. Huh?
Is he here, Blake?
You want to play another quick one, Justin?
Okay, it looks like Blake's there. Okay, I'll do.
You play a quick one, all right, and then we'll talk to Blake. All right. Once again, Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia.
I gotta tell you that my biggest fear was one day you'd reappear, even after all these years. And now you're here. I gotta tell you I've been holding my breath. I ain't getting no rest, just sitting here scared to death and holding my breath. It must have been 11 years or more. Now I'm standing here stunned and you're walking through my front door. You're walking my floor, and I wished I could see you again. I wished I could see you. I'm wondering what if any feelings remain, but everything is all changed. Yeah, it even changed your name, but I'll be goddamn if you don't look the same. Reminiscing all the days of fun, all the songs we had sung, things we wish could become undone. We were so young, but I gotta tell you I was not surprised that I was hypnotized, had long been familiarized with your blue eyes. Blue eyes. I'd wished I could see you again for some time. I'd wished I could see you. Blue eyes, I'd wished I could see you again for some time. I'd wished I could see you.
Hey-o. Thank you. And thanks to Nate for just handing me his guitars. I want you to play.
I love it.
That was nice.
Justin Hickerson. Hey, Justin, what do you have? Are you performing anywhere with any particular project anytime soon? Anything you want to talk about?
Nate and I have been talking about doing.
I would love it if you guys collaborated.
Sometime.
Oh, please do.
And I was gonna ask Blake if he needed a drummer for anything.
Well, it's been a minute since Blake Gardner's been with us on the air, but he's here this afternoon. Hi, Blake, and I know he doesn't need another guitarist because since the last time I talked to Blake, Forrest started playing guitar with the band. Watson? What's Forrest's last name?
Wilson.
Wilson, yeah.
Don't feel bad. He was supposed to be here, so.
Well, anyway, he's a hell of a guitar player, and for those unfamiliar, he's a guy playing with Ruby Lane most of the time, but he's been playing guitar with Blake Gardner and the Farmers for the last 6 months or so, maybe a year, I don't know, but it's outstanding. So anyway, Blake, great to see you, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
How are you?
Pretty well.
What you got going on? Tonight there's a big thing going on at Rose.
It's a big thing going on at Rose. It's what I like to consider one of the cooler shows of Columbia each year where some of the locals get together and battle it out for a chance to play at Summer Camp Music Fest this year called Soulshine.
Soulshine, yeah. A great festival, though, been going on for a number of years. Have you played it before?
It was our first festival.
I thought so.
Yeah, back in 2015.
I love it. All right. Well, so it's one that you'd like to go and do again.
Hopefully. It was a great time.
All right, so tonight, Rose Music Hall. In fact, DJ Sunbear was here just a little bit ago. We've got Blake Gardner and the Farmers tonight at Rose as well. I think Elephant Foot's there.
And Black Bear Boxer.
Black Bear Boxer. That's a band I'm unfamiliar with, so I wonder what they're up to. So, anyway,
show starts at 8.
Blake is one of the busiest, most hardworking musicians around these parts. He's always touring. He's always playing shows. In the winter, summer, it doesn't matter. He's always finding places to do it. So, huge tip of the hat to you, my friend. I love what you do, and I love your style, and I love when you play with the full band, and I love when you play by yourself. So,
thanks, trying to be like Nick.
Notice I didn't say with yourself.
Yeah,
but you've got a little percussion.
Got my friend Jeremy Jones here.
Jeremy Jones.
How you doing, guys?
Hi, Jeremy.
I'm good, man.
He's my percussion hand man.
All right. Well, why don't you guys play a song or two for us, and then we'll get back to Nathan James and Hardy but Hardly. But pleasure to have guys, or at least a couple of the guys from Blake Gardner and the Farmers.
The Farmer today.
Yeah.
Right on. Thanks, Mike.
All right, let's do it. Open Mic Radio, KOP in Columbia.
This one's called Afloat.
Hennessy mixed with too much rum. Come back to my sense in the mix and something missing. Maybe I finally catch life from my son, but man, I ain't that dumb. I learned to take things slow. They get a little better with a little bit of the drum. Where I was gonna I collect just enough to pay the debt. I'm waiting for my turn. I'm on the brakes, so I'm a burn to kill concern for any struggle. And in my life, man, I learned to make the best from what the good Lord provide. I'm claiming to be a sick. If you know me, you know I ain't. I'm just hanging on my path. I'm trying to find my way to the better days. I got 'em in love on my mind. My mind's on my love, and I'm not leaving her behind. That girl had me bugged. She got me feeling so fine. I'ma do what I have to make her be mine. Cause the problems, they come and go. I promise, man, someday you'll know. Unexpected, down the road, we was broke, man. Can't bear to talk for when a good come. Well, if the bad come too, I wondered what the hell I wanna be put through. I'm sick of being sweet, come off of my feet. I'm tired of doing this walking, I think that I'ma take a go. Love's ugly color, a hunter undercover, breaking it down like a brother for another. I'm not another sucker. It's hard to see something so good bust another funker. I shut a man, now I can't help but wonder. I got the schools of being, I felt a self-obsessed, a rum tugger got me under. When I got me feeling, oh well, can't even mutter. So turn the 3 words to spell, well, hell, to where I fell, I can't tell. Love came with no direction, no guidance, no help. Just a sell yourself for someone else. Now tell me what's so well, tell me what's so well. Cause the problems, they come and go. I promise, man, someday you'll know. Unexpected, down the road, use a broke man. Can't pay the toll when the good come, well, the bad come too. I want and what the hell I'm gonna be put through. I sick of being sweet to come off of my feet. I'm tired of doing this walking, I think that I'ma take a take a boat. Can someone tell me what happened to all the good love I can't even imagine? I'm trapped in another distraction, asking all the schools about the pawn and after again, and now I'm under fire. On my boat, just forget the lie. Who said that I should go? This grass ain't much greener, the water ain't much blue. Goodbye paradise, think I'll leave a bit sooner. Cause the problems, they come and go. I promise, man, someday you'll know. Unexpected, down the road, is broke, man. You can't bear to talk when the good come. But if the bad come too, I wonder what the hell I'm gonna be put through. I'm sick of being sick, come off of my feet. I'm tired of doing this walking, I think that I'ma take a boat. So I can stay afloat.
That's right. Good job, all right, so that's a little sample of what you might hear tonight down at Rose Music Hall. Blake Gardner and the Farmers rocking it out this evening. Rose Music Hall, little battle of the bands contest, sort of. I guess I hate to use the term, but yeah, definitely a
music's
contest.
The most competitive thing.
Well, in a way, but not
we
really.
all know that.
Yeah, right.
That's what the blow-up sumo wrestler outfits are for.
Right.
And pool noodles.
But for a chance at summer camp tonight at Rose. All right.
It's always just a fun show. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Blake, you're the man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mac.
What do you got coming up other than the show this Saturday? I'm sure
we
you got
will
plenty of
be
things
posting
planned.
some shows in relation to Cooper's as well as Cafe B as well as Dive Bar. Keep an eye out.
What about summertime? You got any place you plan to be rolling around?
We'll be St. Louis. I got a couple in Texas. We'll be in Kansas City. We'll be all over Missouri, Lake, the Ozarks, Herman, Western, Southern Illinois.
With the band?
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, cheers.
Love you.
Yep, take care.
You catch them tonight at 8 o'clock at Rose at the Soul Shine.
That's us.
Music and Arts. Very.
Right on. All right, Blake Gardner and the Farmers, check them out. Okay.
Yeah,
all right,
they're going to be there with Elephant Foot and Sun Bear and Black Bear Boxer.
All right.
And the show starts at 8.
Right on. Okay, let's get Nathan back in here, and we'll play a few more songs with Nathan James. Hardy but Hardly with us this afternoon in the studio, and yeah,
some microphones.
Let's do a little microphone action here. Keep that vocal, keep that vocal one plenty good ways back. These mics are so hot that it's like so.
Treat it nicely, huh?
All right, it's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, and we're with Nathan James this afternoon. Hardy but Hardly. Find him on the web. If people want to find you, Nathan, what's the best way?
Instagram or Facebook with the tag Hardy but Hardly. So that's pretty much the best way to get a hold of me if you need a gig or
just want to say hi, whatever.
Yep, and in fact, I was going to let you guys know, sometime this month I plan on releasing my album. It'll have about 9 tracks on it, so
fantastic.
I've been playing tracks that are on that album today. So.
All right. Well, I want to know more, but
Sounds like a debut.
I know, but let's get some more music first, and we'll figure out more about this record in a little bit here. Okay, all right. It's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, and Hardy but Hardly.
The song's called Freedom. Will you take the bread from my hand? And will you take it just because? Just 'cause you can. I feel like I'm a fly in a window, seeing everything so clearly but trapped with no place to go. Freedom is not what it seems. Show me a man and a woman that claim to be, and all I see is two slaves living each day, but not their own way. Decisions, they come and go, but in reality it's all just a show, being bought and sold means being the person you yourself do not know. Freedom is not what it seems. All it brings is useless dreams for visions of better times ahead. Lead only to fear and dread. When you feel the rain pouring down, the strings of life show you that you are its clown. Don't ask me to define it. Explanations come from those who are wise and those with wit. So now give me your freedom and all those things that you work so hard to find, and I will take them and call them my own. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Oh my God. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Exactly right. All right, it's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia. Incredible, awesome song. Please tell me about that and where the inspiration or what's behind that song.
Yeah, so without getting into too much detail, let me just say that's kind of, it has personal meaning and feelings, but also at the same time, it just kind of seems like in regards to political scenarios, governmental scenarios, whatever it might be, it's kind of hard to sometimes feel, are we really in control, or are we just kind of a part of a system and without really acknowledging it? You know, are we just kind of a cog in the wheel, or do we have individuality to recognize that, hey, I still am my own person. I can choose not to follow certain things. I don't have to do it exactly the same way.
That's right.
So,
it's weird. The messages are sort of mixed out there. It's like they tell you that that you're all the same, that there's no difference between anybody. Everybody's all the same. And at the same time, they tell you you're unique, and everybody, and you're absolutely unique, and there's nobody like you. And it's like, okay, what's going on here? You know, I lean and I get the message. In other words, the message is, look, we're all the same when it comes down to skin and bones and that, and it's true.
Dust in the wind, Mike.
Right, but
oh yeah.
But as far as but that does not apply once you extend it to the individual person, right? We are absolutely unique, and there's no one like Nathan James, there's no one like Mike Hagan, there's no one like Kind Kurt, there's no one like anybody in this room, and there never will be. Right. So embrace it and do the best you can. As an individual and for the whole, not either or. I don't buy the whole. No, you sacrifice everything of your own individuality for this larger project. You can do both. You can keep your individuality. You can still be a creative, unique, and awesome individual, and still help the whole.
Absolutely.
So
you were talking about how art has changed the world, and that's the thing, is that if we don't allow that to be its thing, usually it's the first thing that goes to in regards to certain takeovers. I'm not going to go into too much details about that.
Absolutely,
but you got to be so. Art has a huge
The first thing that goes is the calendar. they usually because they don't want any common dates to be remembered or whatever, and then they go after the individuals, the artists, and everybody else. So, but absolutely, but those days are over. The internet, as much as it's been co-opted as well, is still a relative, comparatively to 30 years ago or whatever. We have the availability of much greater access to information than we used to have. The problem now is the water's so muddy.
Sifting.
There's too much information, and it's like, okay, if we can't keep it secret, then we'll just flood the thing with bullshit, and then people will you won't know what the truth is.
With bullshit. Actually, no. Speaking of people who make the world better for the whole. I think Molly Jean, one one-man band, is listening to this show. According to the text message I just read.
Well,
hi Molly.
Shout out to Molly. Yeah, talk about a remarkable musician. She's been all over the world doing a one-woman band, one-woman band, as it were. But she plays. She's a wild guitarist with and a super talented percussionist that she plays with her feet while she's playing guitar.
Right, she's the one. Whoa, man!
I mean, and anyway, I remember the first time we saw. She's toured with the Hoot and Hollers a little bit now and again, but she's
run out with them. She's like a yoga instructor now.
Well,
I think she might play like a couple shows a year, maybe.
Well, she's the kind of person that whatever she wants to do, she's going to do it. So anyway, shout out to Molly Jean, love it, and love everything that she's about. So all right, we're getting a little bit against the clock here, so I want to get at least a couple more from Nathan before we scoot out of here. So Nathan, can you got a couple more in you?
Yeah.
Okay.
This song's called Abigail.
Oh, let me say, my friend Corey, who's actually a programmer here at the station, sent me something and asked if I would read it, so I will. The Mid-Missouri Reproductive Justice Coalition is hosting an event on Tuesday, February 6th, from 6 to 7:30 p.m. at the Unitarian Universalist Church. Come here, faith healers and health providers speak out on the impact of this ban on Mid-Missouri residents and be the first to sign a petition to end Missouri's abortion ban. All right, Corey does. She's one of the co-hosts to World Woman, I believe, and does a number of things here at KOPN. So, all right, shout out to Corey. All right, Nathan James, let's do another one.
Abigail, this is the name of this song.
Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia.
Hey there, mister, what you doing? What's that in your eye? Hey there, mister, where you going? 'Cause all I hear is your sigh. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Hey there, mister, what you showing? Why don't you open your ear? Hey there, mister, what you sewing? 'Cause I am still right here. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Hey there, mister, where's your missus? And can you tell me her name? Hey there, mister, are you missing? Why do you hold your head in shame? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Hey there, mister, don't be so frail. 'Cause we all know your pain. Hey there, mister, name was Abigail. And don't let your heart be stained. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Hey there, mister, name was Abigail. Hey there, mister, name was Abigail. Hey there, mister, name was Abigail. No, 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 no.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. Well, Kurt, we are coming upon that time. We didn't even get to do. We didn't get Gearhead. We didn't. What kind of guitar are you playing, Nathan?
Simple old Cort guitar. It's just like a dreadnought, or it's not a dreadnought. Excuse me, a concert. Simple acoustic.
All right, cool. Well, there you go. There's the Gearhead section of the show.
There you go.
It's Open Mic Radio, KLPN Columbia. Nathan James with us this afternoon. We've had a number of guests. Kind of clock got away from me a little bit there, but we are. I got lots more questions, which means that we have to do this again.
Love it.
What do you have coming up? Anything you'd like to talk about?
Got a couple shows. I'll be posting that on my in Instagram and Facebook. And then sometime this month, my wife, my lovely wife, she's also an artist. She's going to do my album cover, and that's kind of what I'm waiting on.
So she's a visual artist. Is she a painter? Or
she does painting. She does watercolor, and then she's an amazing sketch and ink artist.
Very
Just
cool.
Amazing. So.
Well, we should have her here sometime. She talk about, of
course.
You know,
Yeah, she'd love that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So I will quickly say that we. Oh, I had a cancellation for the 17th, so we're not on the air next week. That's Big Cat Matt and a Rockabilly Corner.
Big Cat Matt.
So
Deal.
we got the week off next week, but the following week is the 17th, and I need someone to come and appear on the show. So if you're listening and you'd like to, I know it's sort of short notice, but you got a couple weeks between now and then. Otherwise, we'll figure something out. Telepathy Club on the 2nd of March. Tri-County Liquidators coming up soon, Lifeline, Lucas Oswald, the Royal Furs, lots of our regular guests. I've had a great time this afternoon with Nathan James, Hardy but Hardly, fantastic stuff. I'm so glad that you're here and that you're making music, and hopefully lots more in the future. I look forward to your recordings. Do you have a plan for record? You actually have something that you're ready to release, or
yeah?
Where? Are you, how do you? You're home recorded? Okay, cool. All right, so let's. We got time for one more from Nathan, so let's do one more from Nathan. Sorry,
That's all right.
No, you guys just get ready, and your position good. So and then we'll get out of here. But
I'll play
see,
one
look
more
at that.
for you guys.
Look at that how I did that. Memphis is like, God dang. No, nothing. Yes. Okay. So Hardy but Hardly. One more.
All right, this one's called Home.
Let's do one more. All right. Nathan James on Open Mic Radio.
I'm going through the back roads of my mind. In the highways I'm trying to find, looking for the place that they call home. To find it's only a place to be alone. The little steps leading up to the door, you know I've walked them many times before. And from here I can see the room where I used to lay. But you see it's been so long, I just can't stay. To think that I could come back here. All it brings back is useless tears. Looking at the road that ends at the line, I'll be struck with fear till the end of time. I'll turn the corner, but I promise never to look over my shoulder. Seeing visions of my family, we'll get in the car and drive away. Don't think about where and when, just know that this is where it all ends. Oh, this place ain't no home. This place, it ain't no home. Oh, this place, it ain't no home. This place, it ain't no home. It ain't no home.
Thanks for having me today, Mike. Appreciate it. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, guys. Hey, thanks for those harmonics there. It sounded really nice. Gives
Absolutely.
me some ideas.
Oh my gosh. All right. Nathan James. Find him on the web. Hardy but hardly. All right. Absolutely thrilled to have you down here. We'll do it again soon.
Sounds good.
And
fun.
All right. Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia. All right. Stick around. Rashum at a reggae party. Coming at you very soon. All right. My email address, mikehagan@mikehagan.com. Send me music if you'd like to appear on the show. Once again, the 17th of February is an open date. All right. That doesn't happen very often.
Mexico, Missouri.
All right. All right. You've been listening to Open Mic Radio right here, KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM. I hope you all enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Go see Ty Tombstone in Mexico, Missouri at TJ's.
Well, yeah, yes, if you're capable.
Rose
right.
tonight too.
Uber there if you're. All right. Anyway, be cool. Be cool to yourself. Be cool to other people out there. All right. Stick around, Rashumba, and we'll catch you all. Take care, Kurt, Memphis. Let's get out of here.
Open Mic Radio.